Hello everyone, I hope that you have gone through my previous video and today I have come with another one. In this video, we will try to understand the resources and its type. So, how resources are classified into a different type that we will try to understand in today's class. If you have any kind of confusions regarding what are resources, why certain subclasses which found in an environment called as resources, to get the answer of such questions you can watch my previous video. So without taking much time, let us see that what are resources. Then we will understand resources and their existence or their classification is done based on the nature of use and value. The resources and its classification based on the use and the values. Another, its classification is done based on origin, again accessibility and the distribution. So let us see in that based on the use and values what are the different resources comes, right? Based on that they are called as actual resources and they are called as potential resources. Now let us see what are these actual resources. Actual resources are those resources which is being developed and utilized by us to satisfy our needs. Okay? Potential resources are those resources which is available in an environment but we are not utilizing them because we have not yet developed such instrument or technology which can bring these resources in use. It means these resources are yet lying as a stock for the future use. Now, when we say that the resources which are not yet utilized by us but they exist in an environment, such resources are called potential resources. And another thought comes to the mind that why we are not using these resources. Then we can say that we are not using these resources because of lack of technology, right? Lack of technology, okay? As their quantity is not known, right? Quantity is not known. So, when we say the lack of technology, then a certain thought comes in the mind. Do our countries not capable of designing such a technology which can help us to develop those resources which are lying in an environment and we can utilize them? Do our scientists and the different institutions are not capable of doing this? Such kind of instance. But it is not like that. The fact is what? If our scientists, if the different institutions working in our country, if they plan to prepare such an equipment which can help to develop these resources, then surely it can be done. But why it is not happen? Because at present situation we are not in that much of need of that resources. First, another, we are not yet taking any initiative to find out the exact quantity. That's why in such incomplete information The government don't want to spend money just on production. That's why these resources are stayed as remain as untouched. So this is what the resources and their classification based on use and values. So based on this, resources are classified into actual and potential. Actual resources which are developed and we are utilizing them and satisfying our needs. These are called actual resources. For example, we can take iron and steel. For example, we can take petrol, anything. Now, potential resources are those resources which are available in the environment, but we are not yet utilizing them because of certain reasons, as I told you. You can see the Indian Ocean. The prediction is there in the Indian Ocean. Mica, magnesium and the bauxites are abundantly available, but we are not yet utilizing them. So such resources are called potential resources. Another classification of the resources is based on the origin. And based on the origin, the resources are classified into biotic and abiotic. Now what are biotic? Biotic resources are those resources which has a life. Like see all the plants, all the animals, birds, aquatic animals, and including we human beings, we comes in the category of biotic animals. And these two help us in our day-to-day life. That's why they took us what? Resources. Another is abiotic resources. Abiotic resources comprises of all the non-living things which help a human being to satisfy their needs and to grow them in their day-to-day life. These are abiotic resources. Example, you can see this blackboard, abiotic resources, this building, abiotic resources. But we cannot ignore the essence of this blackboard and the building, right? Another, the resources classification is done based on the accessibility. Okay, and based on this, resources are classified as what? Renewable resources and non-renewable resources. If you see the title, then you can understand what are renewable resources. Renew means all those resources which can be renewed once it is used. Okay, like the water, you see iron, the steel. Once it used, then also it can be modified and reused. So those resources which can be reused after its modification, these are called renewable resources, and these resources do not exist quickly. Another is non-renewable resources. If you see the title, non and renew, it means those resources which cannot be renewed once after its use. It got exhausted, it means finished. Take the example of coal, take the example of petroleum. The moment you use these resources, it gets burned and it's over. So, based on the accessibility, resources are classified into two types. One is renewable, another is non-renewable. And finally, based on the distribution. Based on the distributions, resources are classified into two types. That is localized resources and ubiquitous resources. Now, what are localized resources? My dear students, you may be knowing there are so many types of resources, but these resources are not found everywhere. There are some resources. You see the gold. The gold is not found in the abundantly, or it is not basically not found in the hills of northeastern state of India. In the same way, there are so many other resources which are found in the northeastern part of the India, but it is not found in the other states or other regions. So the resources which are found in certain area, these are called localized resources. Another is ubiquitous resources. These resources are basically those resources which found all over the area equally. Take the air you can find everywhere. Take the water, Okay, take the land, no, though patterns are different, but land is similar. So these kind of resources which are abundantly found all over, these are called what? Ubiquitous resources, and this is how the resources is being classified. So in this video, what we have studied? We have studied resources and its classification. In previous video, we have studied water resources and its value. Now, what is the significance of these resources and why we need to conserve the resources? That I am going to explain in the next video. Till then, keep waiting for another video which I am going to upload for this chapter. Study well and take care.